What's up YouTube, Jamils here, and today I'm going to go over what Google announced yesterday at the developers conference, Google I/O, which they held yesterday, May 8th, 2018. So I'm going to go over briefly the major things Google announced at their I/O event yesterday. Their entire event focused mainly on AI and how they plan to improve their AI machine learning and implement it in all of their products and services. Let's start with the Google Assistant. Google plans to update their assistant starting this summer with things like voices. They add more voices to their assistant to make it sound more human-like. They tease a famous one, John Legend, that you can choose when these voices become active. Google Displays. This is a new product that Google announced that they plan to release in the summer. It's basically a Google Home with a display on top that will display information as you ask it to do things or to search for services and such. Google Assistant in the Maps application. This will work for both iOS and Android maps, and it essentially is like Yelp. It will provide great detail on places you search or things to do, make it more social-like. And Google Duplex. This will allow you to call a restaurant or any other business using the Google Assistant, and it will make an appointment on your behalf. Google teased this at their I/O event, so if you want to see how it works, you can do so by watching the video they have up. Google also updated their Gmail client, and they're adding an assistant-like feature to that as well. This will allow you to pretty much create an email using the assistant's autofill feature. I'm assuming this information will be gathered based on the email and who you're sending it to, and then the Google Assistant will try to autofill the email on your behalf and send it. I have a slight demonstration in the video as you see. It will be interesting to see how this works when it officially launches this summer. So Google's adding a whole bunch of new features to the cameras on Android phones, starting with something like augmented reality in the Maps application. This will allow you to get directions or information on a restaurant using your camera. The directions are similar to something like a video game where you'll be walking down the street and then arrows will appear out of thin air and tell you where to turn. If you point your camera at a restaurant, a card will appear and will give you information on that restaurant. It's actually pretty cool. Next up will be the Google Lens. The Google Lens service isn't new, but they did update it quite a bit during this conference, with features like pointing your phone at text in the real world, and then you can grab that text and paste it. This will be useful for something like a Wi-Fi password. You point your phone at the password, pick it up, and then you can paste it in the field that's needed to get on someone's Wi-Fi network. And also, similar to Amazon's feature, you can point your camera at an item and it'll try to identify it and bring up some information to purchase it or get more information on that item. So Google's adding a bunch of features to current services as well, starting with something like Google Photos. They're adding a lot more powerful editing tools and improving the AI of Google Photos. So for example, when you're swiping through your photo gallery to look at some pictures, the AI will analyze those photos and provide suggestions like fixing the brightness or changing the color contrast. Also, the editing tools will allow you to pick a subject and change the background, for example, to all black or no color, or blur the background. Even if the photo was shot in black and white, you can still add color using AI and the powerful editing tools they provide. Also, the Google News app is getting a major overhaul. Google News will now be largely powered by AI and will begin analyzing what's being posted in the world of news and bringing what interests you to the front page. They'll also be throwing in some oddballs in there to see if you're interested in things that are outside of your bubble. All of this will be powered mainly by AI and will be targeting something like Facebook. They'll also be filtering out a lot of the fake news as well. Finally, we have Android P. Google plans to make this OS a lot simpler, more intelligent, and more efficient. Google's introduced new gestures to Android similar to the iPhone 10. You can swipe left or right on the home button to get to your previously used apps. You can swipe up to go home or swipe up and hold to activate multitasking. This will make Android a lot quicker and more fluid to use. They've also introduced an AI improvement. This will help you complete routine tasks a lot quicker and more efficiently. So for example, when you get home and you always text your wife or significant other, the system will learn that, so every time you go home, an action will appear to text that specific person. There's also improvements to notifications, so when you swipe down from a notification and continuously dismiss it, the AI will notice that and will provide suggestions like turn off notifications entirely or just remove sounds and vibrations from that specific app or notification. Another new feature Google announced at I/O is called Digital Wellbeing. This allows you to monitor how you use your Android phone, and also they provide tools where you can limit that usage for when you need to be more productive. One of the tools they provide is called Dashboard. This allows you to monitor how you use your phone in great detail, from the amount of times you unlock your phone, the amount of time you spend in an app, the most frequently used apps, and how many apps you have opened. They also provide tools for each app where you can set things like time limits, so when your timer runs out, the app will no longer be usable. Or you can even set things like do not disturb, so when you're in, let's say, a conference, you can activate it and it won't allow any sounds or notifications from coming in unless it's from your emergency contact list. That's pretty much the main feature of digital well-being. There are a whole bunch of others, but that's pretty much all of the major features of digital well-being. There are a bunch of minor features as well, but those may change as beta iterations get released over the coming months. As for Google I/O, I pretty much covered all the major announcements. You can check out the full I/O on YouTube if you want to get everything in greater detail. And that's pretty much everything that I have to talk about in this video. So if you like what you heard, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.